Ambiance is the environment that a restaurant chooses to create for their guests, made up of key elements that managers can manipulate to create the desired effect. These elements include the design, decor, lighting, sound, and temperatures experienced by guests while dining. The ambiance of a restaurant can greatly affect the quality of a customer's meal. But when every detail is well thought out and every element works well together, it can be a truly one of a kind experience that can keep customers coming back for more. My favorite example of the mastery of these elements is a small restaurant in downtown Los Angeles, located in the US Bank Tower named 71 Above. The first aspect I'd like to address is the design. 71 Above is uniquely located on the 71st floor of one of the tallest buildings in LA, which provides guests with a beautiful view of the downtown metropolitan area. The restaurant takes advantage of this by designing their dining room to wrap around the kitchen, effectively giving everyone a window side table. This not only provides all guests with a similar view, but also contributes to the lighting of the establishment, and likely saves costs on electricity as an added benefit. Which leads me to lighting. Lighting in a restaurant is one of the most effective ways of controlling mood and ambiance, something that 71 Above has a very good understanding of. By having big open windows, the restaurant is able to utilize all of the natural light coming in, giving the place a open and cheery ambiance during lunch hours. As the evening progresses and the sun sets, less light enters, and the restaurant gains a more intimate and relaxing mood. Alongside this, the staff turns on directional overhead lamps that place a spotlight on the food while minimizing the amount of glare reflected in the windows. With large windows everywhere and a location on a tower high up in the sky, one could expect to hear a lot of echoes from other patrons and wind rushing past. But yet again, the design of the restaurant comes in to address these issues. The windows at 71 are triple paned, meaning there are three pieces of glass with empty space between them that not only provides sound insulation, but also reinforces windows in case of an accident if someone were to trip. The restaurant also utilizes soundproofing material on its ceiling, shaped in interesting patterns, which contribute to the decor. Speaking of decor, the furnishings at 71 Above are quite simple, with minimalist furniture and abstract light fixtures that don't distract from the focal point of the restaurant. While the furniture is simple, it is far from ugly, as everything fits together, has a color scheme that fits the establishment, and is constantly kept clean. The temperature is also kept at a comfortable level, despite the large windows facing the elements. This helps keep guests engaged with the food in view rather than focusing on whatever weather may be going on that day. By controlling these five elements, 71 Above has achieved an ambiance unlike anything else I've ever experienced. So much so that I hope to return one day, even with the high prices. Hello, my name is Robert, and I'm a primarily back of house cook with a background in general hospitality. I've been in food service for 4 years and customer service for two, ranging from being a receptionist from a motel to an income tax preparer, which also gives me some experience in basic accounting. I am a fast learner and I strive for consistency in my work, as well as going beyond what is expected of me. A short rundown of the places that I have worked and experience I have gained includes training at the CIA in St. Helena, California for 1 semester, working at multiple quick service restaurants such as Little Caesars and Chipotle, working in fast casual kitchens such as Olive Garden, front desk receptionist at a La Quinta location, and as a customer service rep and current income tax preparer. A standardized recipe is a set of instructions to prepare a product to predetermined quality in order to consistently meet set standards. A standardized recipe that we use a lot in our house is a recipe for tabbouleh that utilizes quinoa in place of couscous. While the tabbouleh itself isn't very standardized, we do change it around based off of how we're feeling that day, whether we want to add more shallots or less tomato. The method and proportions for the quinoa in the dish has a very specific way that we prepare it, based off of the hardware that we have, such as our rice cooker and how it cooks different items, to how much we actually want to make that day. We make sure to wash it twice. We also make sure to rub the grains together while we're washing it because it's very easy way to discard the bitter coating that comes on raw quinoa. We are also make sure to cook it only in that specific rice cooker. We've tried to make it on the stove before, just doesn't come out the same. So we only use that specific rice cooker on the brown rice setting because the white rice setting for some reason doesn't really get it cooked enough. And we make sure to do this with a ratio of 1 part quinoa to 1.5 parts by volume. I know that measuring by weight is a lot more precise and more consistent when it comes to cooking. However, we go based off volume because those are the tools we have at our disposal here. We've gone so far as to write this process down actually to make sure that it comes out the same every time and to also avoid wasting food because we don't want somebody to forget a step and we end up having to throw that quinoa away because it came out bitter or it was overcooked and just isn't forming up right.